Atul Subas commits suicide. He heard from his wife, "Go, do case, go ahead. I will take you to High Court to extort you more." Atul said, "I will die if you do this." His wife said, "So what? I will take it from your father then." And Judge Ritika Kaushik laughed. Shame on her. He had nothing but to commit suicide. And he committed suicide in a very tactical way. He used Western platform like Rumble and War Room and others to tell his story. As a result, he exposed such bias in front of whole world. India is now embarrassed and shamed. Now thing is, it is not the problem of just India, it is global problem. And I will explain why it is and what are its root cause, which no one is daring to discuss. So please watch video. It will be little long, but you need to have patience. So let's begin. This problem happened in every Anglo-Spheric countries because Britain was colonizer, like India, Australia, Britain, America, Canada. In country like Britain, Australia, it's even worse than India. It's very pathetic. Now why? We will go to its root cause. The root cause is liberalism itself. Mary Wollstonecraft gave story of vindication of man and vindication of woman, but no one took her story seriously, so she was suppressed, and hence theory died with her in late 1790s. No one took her theory till 1830s. What happened in 1830s? In 1830s, Prime Minister Melbourne had affair with Caroline Norton, and hence Caroline's husband filed adultery case against Prime Minister Melbourne. The children of Caroline Norton were the children of Prime Minister Melbourne actually. Hence it was issue of prestige. Why? Because Prime Minister Melbourne said he belongs to aristocratic, mercantilist, feudalist class. If this can happen to him tomorrow, a normal coal miner can overthrow elite class completely. Hence, law has to be made in such way to oppress them. They know that women always listen to more powerful bodies like Prime Minister Melbourne. Hence, law must be made in order to use women as a proxy against a poor men at behest of elite men. So misogynistic. Yet they call poor men misogynist. Now, why is this such a thing? Because liberalism never believe in natural right. Liberalism believe in human right. What is different between natural right and human right? Natural right says that everyone has a right to have opportunity. They can do anything they want. But a natural hierarchy is made. Like a poor man will not be above a rich man or a billionaire. Never. It is never possible until unless a poor man can use his talent to succeed him. Now the thing is, the liberal ideology say this is not true. Liberal says that poor man must be equal to a billionaire. And how to achieve this? By artificially and use abusive measure to oppress billionaire through quota, through donation, through extortion to elevate poor men. The same theory was used in feminism. As a result, feminism started getting prominence. Plus, Malthusian economics came as well. Malthus said that population has to be artificially controlled, otherwise food and population balance will get spoiled. He advocated for too much government control. As a result, Caroline Norton, who was embarrassed, used Queen Victoria, her personal friend, to achieve a draconian measure. And Prime Minister Melbourne got opportunity. Earlier, the law was that in any divorce, the child and all property would automatically pass to father because father have to feed himself and has to live on himself, and wife will anyhow get compensation for it, little money, as she will eventually marry another husband, another man in future. She won't be in tough position, but how man will survive if he gets divorced, because he has to provide to his wife even in future, even in case he marries. But this entire theory got distorted. Now said that no, now the divorce law will be done on the basis of interest of the child, basically interest of woman, because there was a stereotype at that time, especially promoted in all religion like Hindu, Islam, Christianity, other, that women are gentle, normal, kind, cute, hence only they can take care of child. They use that sentiment to give child to woman by default, and hence this law was amended. And he also created women and child welfare ministry, which became the root of all problem later on. So people say that women were oppressed, women were suppressed. Not true. There were queens like Rana Valona, who was a tyrant queen, yet she was a woman. There were good queens as well, like Catherine the Great. There were female police and judges in Baghdad, Syria during Caliphate era. Who will say this? No one will tell about this. Then, in 1890s, there was a concerted campaign that men are drinker, men are smoker, men are abuser, hence law need to be brought to control men through drinking law, this law, that law, so on. But no, stats show that women are equally drinkers. Go to United Kingdom, go to London. Even then and now, women are very high drinkers, just like men. But narrative was made otherwise. It was First World War that gave the ultimate catastrophe and the worst of first wave feminism. That there were white feather females who forced men to fight in war during First World War. And in return, men got voting right. And so did all women aged 30 plus. Why? Because women below 30 were opposing draft of men into war because they were not able to find husband. That is why. And then people may say that only men used to vote historically, women never voted historically. Truth is that men also never voted historically. Just if you want to know how his society operated historically, go to country which does not believe in election, like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Russia, where election is basically non-existent. Then you will know how power is exercised. But no one wants to understand. So as a result, things started getting more and more abusive and more biased. The first wave feminism, as per Rachel Wilson said, is one of the most abusive wave of feminism. Second wave feminism is best. It was very sweet. Third wave feminism is very similar to first wave, and so is the fourth wave as well. And this is time when most biased law, worst of all anti-male law were made in judicial system. Why? Because of women and child welfare ministry. This also include giving reservation to women, giving reserve birth to women, giving reserve parking to women, and so on. And this started causing problem after problem after problem. Birth rate began to decline, abortion began to rise, complete societal collapse gradually began. And that's how society started getting destroyed. So you think that the problem of feminism is only up to male female relation? No. If problem of feminism began, it start getting abusive even in foreign policy. For example, let's take United States invaded Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq. Why? For the sake of imposing feminism. Ultimately, it failed because feminists always tend to love abusive men but hate good men in general, especially the state sponsor. And as a result, this is becoming more and more apparent. Now, what is related to Atul's case? The case of Atul is this, that there is a conspiracy that there are good judges. They want to give justice. They want to do, and they were at him. There are plenty of newspaper articles which say that judge want to give justice, but ultimately they are forced to backtrack. Why? Because there is a collusion between the lawyers, between other judges, and most important of all, women and child welfare ministry. All three are colluding with each other. And that's why justice for men does not come. Why? Because justice for men become impossible, as women and child welfare ministry say that if men start getting justice, then what will be their relevance? They have to keep on doing activism. Now that women are discriminated, women are oppressed, women are suppressed, so on. So as a result, how will they do their campaign and earn their livelihood if men start getting justice? It clearly shows that ministry does not care for true justice of women. They don't care about real rape victims at all. It just shows how corrupt they are, how criminal they are as a result. Now, how this can be tackled? This can be tackled through 2-3 steps. First is stop simping. Stop it. Be blunt and be very bold and honest. Say truth for truth. Don't mince your word. Second step, do marriage strike. Don't force your child to marry, or don't get yourself married, especially if you are male. Third, perhaps most important, men should start voting in blocks, because women ministry are not scared, bureaucrats are not scared, but yes, politicians are scared of voters. So if men start voting in block for their own issues, maybe then men will start getting justice. Please forget Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Dalit. Forget that. Men of all background are discriminated. Men of all background are treated with less respect. As well as don't think that only men are exploited. Their mother, their sister, their daughter are also equally exploited. That it shows that women ministry only care about wife and wife's family, not husband's female relatives. So, do you think, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. 2 countries have done it. One country is doing it at an insane level. That is Argentina. Javier Milei has done it. He dissolved women's ministry. Then he also changed law that any false accuser will be given 3-year punishment minimum. And punishment will increase if it gets worse in the cases individually. Plus, he also withdrawn commitment to women's issues at global forums, and is firing entire women's ministry, replacing it with child and family protection ministry. Here, no longer women's issue will be considered. Here, father and child's issue will be considered. An entire reprioritization is happening. The second case is United States. United States have done it. It was like that Trump used podcasts to get male voters. He stopped pandering to female voters on abortion, And other issue, abortion issue, by the way, is a bullshit issue. It has been settled. It is women's issue. Men have nothing to do with it. Be pro, anti, who cares? Men only wants to earn with dignity, and men wants to live with dignity. Men want to avoid war. In case when war happen, no women will be drafted into war. Only men will be drafted. That time all equality will go to dustbin. This is not fair. Hence, men of America, especially minority men like black men, Latino men, and Asian men, massively voted Trump in hope of getting justice. That's how bro vote was made. Hence, India can learn from them. Don't need to demand men's ministry, because government only thinks of extortion, bureaucracy only thinks of extortion. Rather demand dissolve women affair ministry, dissolve it. Otherwise justice will never come from the courts, because women ministry have huge infiltration in judicial system. Thank you. If you do like video, do press like button, do press subscribe button, do comment if you have agreement or disagreement, and do share to your loved one. Namaste.